Hello and welcome back to the session today. You need to excuse me for today because I have a severe cough and cold, so there will be a little bit of disturbance while I'm speaking and I'll be coughing a little bit. So please do excuse me for that. All right. So let's look at what we're going to do today. I'm going to continue with the sentence improvement and spotting errors in a sentence, which I did yesterday as per the request of one of the student. So it's an overall good learning. So before we move forward, let's look at a recap of the pattern of emphasis. So we have first the written test, which you need to clear in order to move to the next round, which is interview round. Written test, you will have analytical and verbal ability. Analytical, you will have 30 questions that needs to be answered in 40 minutes. And these 30 questions will be from quantitative aptitude and reasoning. As far as verbal ability is concerned, you will have 40 questions that needs to be answered in 30 minutes. The areas of quantitative analysis or quantitative aptitude and reasonings are data interpretation, syllogism, data sufficiency, problems on trains, time and work, permutation and combinations, number series, coding and decoding, and puzzles. As far as written for verbal is concerned, you will have questions from critical reasoning and theme detection, fill in the blanks, sentence correction or sentence improvement, and reading comprehension. Each paragraph will have 5 questions each. You may have 2 paragraphs, doesn't matter, that will have 5 questions each. So total passage comprehension will become 10 questions in case if they're giving 2 passages. There are some ready to use app which you can download from Google Play Store, Pocket Verbal Ability and Pocket Aptitude. These are available for free. This is how it looks like. This will help you practice whenever you have time, whenever you're connected with internet or Wi-Fi. You can do this on the phone itself to test your knowledge, to test your speed and test your accuracy. All right. So let's take a look at the practice assessment screen. So once you log in, I had been telling you every day to practice as much as possible. The numbers are still very low. I'm explaining it once again. Emphasis quantitative aptitude. You can go to any of these 10 assessments. Each assessment can be attempted 10 times. All right, the upper limit is 10 times. So I go to any random assessment. It shows 30 minutes, 30 questions and 40 minutes is the time. It has the start date and the end date. So you can take this test 24/7 anytime you feel like, anytime you want. When you click on start, since I'm on a particular assessment which is number 9, so the clock has already started ticking. Okay, so if I de-zoom it a bit, you see the clock is ticking here. Okay, so this will help you track how much time have you spent and how much time you are left with. Now coming to these questions, you will have a total of 30 questions that needs to be answered. Read the question very carefully. Each question will have 1 mark each. So say for example, I pick one particular option and I'm very sure this is the answer. If I am sure, you should click on save and next. The moment you click on save and next, this particular tab will turn green and the question tile will also turn green. When I go to the next one, I pick an answer, but I'm not very sure if it's correct or incorrect. So what I do, I can say mark for review and next. The moment you say mark for review, the tile will turn blue and it will take you to the next question. You can keep on going like this and you can come back wherever it is blue. You can come back and select your answer and then again you need to say save and next. Say question number 3, I am not very sure what is the answer, so I say skip. When I skip, this remains gray. Number 4, I am very sure what is the answer, I say save and next. Number 5, save and next. Number 6, I say mark for review. Number 7, I skip. Number 8, I skip. Number 9, mark for review. Number 10, save and next, because I'm sure of the answer. I'm just randomly picking some option. I'm not going by the accuracy right now. I'm going to open up the line in next 5 minutes so that you can call and ask your questions. So now that I answered these many, yellow basically means that's a current question. Okay. Now this blue means I have marked it for review. I can click here on the question itself. It will take me to that particular question. Now I am very sure number 9 is the answer. I say save and next. Till I say save and next, this will not turn green, and the tile will also not turn green. Number 3 I had skipped, so I pick the answer and I say save and next. Now if you look at number 4, it's already green. That means I am very sure of the answer first time when I selected, but I want to change it. I can still change it, but I need to say save and next. Only then the new answer will get selected. I go to question 7, I have skipped it, so I pick the answer. Question 8, I pick the answer. Question 9, I am sure about it, so I am saying save and next. See, question 6 remains blue, so I said save and next again. Question 11, I have marked it for review, so I am saying save and next. So now I am at question 12, save and next. So I have now answered all the 15 questions, all of them have turned green, but I need to answer 30 questions, but I am not going to do that now. And I click on submit assessment. If I don't click on submit assessment, the answer will not get recorded. If I don't click on save and next, that particular answer will not get recorded. So I go to score book. Here I will have lot of entries. How do I find out the latest entry? I can double click here. It will become a descending order list. Now it shows the date 28th December 317. I have scored 7 out of 30. So I can click on view paper, and here we go. It gives me individual which one is correct, which one is incorrect. Alright. As far as your practice assessment is concerned, this is what you need to do on daily basis. If you just log in, say for example, I'm just gonna do what some of you had been doing. I just log in, I go to an assessment, say quantitative aptitude, I click on assessment number 4, I say start, and I am closing it. If I do this, my answer will not get recorded. I need to spend time, I need to select answers, only then it will get recorded. Even in your main exam, if you do not submit the answer, and after you submit the answer, if you do not submit the assessment, you will fail, guaranteed. So please don't make those mistakes here. We still have 40% of invalid assessment. It's because it's not getting submitted. The reason could be a power cut, the reason could be an internet problem, which I understand, no problem at all. But when everything is going fine, please try not to mess it up, and please do submit. Alright. I'm going to get started with some more sentence correction in terms of spotting errors. Here we are spotting errors. In case if there is no error, we will pick option D. And yesterday I explained to you how to solve these kind of questions. Okay. So let me. All right. So how do I solve it? So basically I make a mental arrangement of all the 4 parts. So I say 60 miles are a good distance or no error. So my question is 60 miles are a good distance. Now I need to figure out where is the error, right? Let me expand this a little more. Now, what is the subject in this entire statement? The subject is distance. This is the noun. Okay. Now, what is good? It's an adjective. Is it a good distance, bad distance? So, the subject is the distance here. So, as far as subject verb agreement is concerned, if the subject is singular, you will use a singular verb. So, my subject is singular. So, this has to be is. 60 miles is a good distance. Distance cannot be plural. So, my correct answer is, or rather the stem where there is a mistake is are. It should be 60 miles is a good distance. Alright. So, basically when you get a question like this, make a mental preparation of the entire statement. No, let us have the screen please. I know don't need to be seen. When you have the question stem which looks like this, make a mental arrangement of the entire statement in one line, because it's a one sentence which has been broken into three parts. Once you write it here in a piece of paper or mentally you make the arrangement, you will be able to find where the error is. So, R is where the problem is. Go back, that becomes the answer where the error is. Okay. Let's look at the next one. They have been very close friends until they quarreled. Quarreled means they fought. So, let's write it. They had been let me change the alignment for you. They had been very close friends until they quarreled. Now, when I say until they quarreled, I am talking about what just happened, recent past, and I am stating a situation. So, it should be they have been very close friends until they quarreled, means till they fought, they were very good friends. So, they had been has to be replaced with they have been. Okay. Sorry, they have been is the question. I am so sorry. I was just making a grammatically accurate statement here. Okay. The question stem says they have been very close friends until they quarreled. Right? Now, they have been. Now, the question they have been, if I say, that means the recent past, and this fight has already happened. It's a past tense, which means I need to replace the have with had. That's why this will be my correct answer. Okay. The area where there is a mistake, they had been very close friends until they quarreled. Moving on to the next one. When the dentist came in, my tooth was stopped aching out of fear that I might lose my tooth. Now, there is a tooth and there is a teeth, singular and plural. A single tooth, a single one is called a tooth. The entire what you have, don't call it teeths, it's teeth, T-E-E-T-H. That's a plural form. If it's single, it's tooth. If it's plural, it is teeth. So, don't say teeths. Alright. So, the question stem says, when the dentist came in, my tooth was stopped aching. Now, was is a redundancy here. You cannot be using was, because what stopped aching? The tooth stopped aching. So, it's a direct statement. I'm sorry. So, when the dentist came in, my tooth stopped aching out of fear that I might lose my tooth. If you pay attention, the spelling of lose is L-O-S-E, it's not L-O-O-S-E, because lose is the present of lost, L-O-O-S-E means opposite of tight. So remember that way. Next question. No sooner did I open the door when the rain, heavy and stormy, rushed in, making us shiver from head to foot. No sooner did I open the door when the rain, heavy and storm, rushed in. Now I can't say when the rain, heavy and stormy. I need to say when the heavy rain and stormy weather rushed in, which means grammatically option B is not making sense. It cannot be when the rain, heavy and stormy. The adjective has to come first and then the noun, heavy rain. That's why B will be the answer where there is a grammatical mistake. Alright, let's go to the next one. If a man diligently seek to come into the contact with the best that has been thought and said in this world, he will become simple and unselfish. A little longer sentence, I am going to read this up again. If a man diligently seeks to come into the contact with the best has been thought and said in this world, he will become simple and unselfish. You need to look at the first question stem itself. That is where the error is. I just gave you a hint. If a man diligently seeks to come into the contact, no, it should be into contact. If he gets connected, that's what it means. So option A will be the stem where there is the error. If a man diligently seeks to come into contact with the best that has been thought and it's said in this world, he will become simple and unselfish. So A is the answer because it should be into contact, not into the contact. Next, you must remember me to post this letter. Something is wrong with the second one. It cannot be you must remember me to post this letter. It should be you must remind me to post this letter. Remember means somebody keeping you in memory, but here the person is asking you to drop a note that remind me that I need to do this task. So you must remind me to post this letter. Option B is the answer. Basically that's a stem where there is a mistake. Next, I shall certainly write you when I shall reach New Delhi. I shall certainly write you when I shall reach New Delhi. Now when I have already used I shall, I don't have to use another shall here. I shall certainly write you when I reach New Delhi. So I don't have to use another shall. It's a repetition. That's why C is the answer. Now you would wonder, write you is correct? Yes, it's correct. Let me write you an email, let me write you a letter, I will write you, or I will write to you is also fine. Write you in a colloquial way is also fine. The reason option C will be the answer where there is an error, because the shall is already used. It need not be used all over again. It's a repetition. Next, on the busy ring road, we witnessed a collision between a truck and an auto. Let me write this up so that's easy. Okay, this is a statement. The problem the problem lies in this particular word. There is a problem with this word. Is the spelling correct? Yes, it is correct. Then what is wrong? The actual word should be collision. but what has been written here is collusion. Does it mean the spelling is incorrect? No, it does not mean the spelling is incorrect. Collision is a word, collusion is also a word. Collision means when two objects hit each other face on, like an accident. Example, the truck collided with the auto. Here I am using the word collision as a verb, collided. Alright. The collision of the vehicles caused serious injuries. So that is collision. What do you mean by collusion? Involved together for a crime. That is what collusion is all about. Okay. Let me use this as a noun form, then as a verb form. The collusion of the police and the doctor when he wanted the collusion of the police and the doctor made the poor man suffer more when he wanted to report the accident. That's a noun. Now I am using this word as a verb now. The cop colluded with the doctor to change the facts about the accident. So here I am saying collided, here I am saying colluded. So I have two words here, one is collusion and one is collision. Okay. Now if you look at this entire statement, it says on the busy road we witnessed a collusion. It's not collusion, it should be collision. The spelling is Collision. That's why B is the option where there is an error. It's not a spelling mistake, but grammatically the context is wrong. It's exactly like there are two words which people always make a mistake with, confirm, confirm. Both are pronounced the same, confirm and confirm. First one has something to do with confirmation. Confirmation is a noun, confirm is a verb. What do you mean confirm? This is also a verb, but it has got something to do with compliance. Compliance means rules, policies. For example, the employee was asked to confirm with the the policies laid down by the organization. Okay. So CONFIRM, it means confirmation. Confirmation is a noun, confirm is a verb. Confirm, CONFORM, that is compliance, rules. Okay. So please don't confuse words like collusion and collision. confirm and confirm like these, like lose and lose. All right. I'm finding it a little difficult to continue speaking, so let me take a quick break. I'll come back and I'll continue with the remaining slides in terms of sentence correction and spotting errors. I'll open up the lines after the break, so please do call and ask your questions to clarify your doubts. All right, I'll see you soon. Welcome back, everyone. So let's look at the next question in terms of spotting errors. Mr. Praful Patel is not attending his office for the last 1 month. When I say for the last 1 month, the incident is for the last whole 1 month, but I'm stating it now. Even though if it's not about the past and stating it now, I cannot be using the is form. So Mr. Praful Patel is not attending his office for the last 1 month. It should be has not been attending. Mr. Praful Patel has not been attending his office for the last 1 month. So I will pick B as the stem where there is a mistake. It should be Mr. Praful Patel has not been attending his office for the last 1 month. The lines are going to open up now, so please do call and ask your questions. Here is the next question for you. He couldn't but help shedding tears at the plight of the villagers rendered homeless by a devastating cyclone. There is an English form which says I could not help laughing. It means I could not stop laughing. I could not help fearing when I saw the storm, which means I felt scared. Okay. I could not help laughing means I could not stop laughing or I laughed. In this question, it says I could not but help. Now, but is a negative form here. I couldn't but help. So, it should be I couldn't help. It cannot be I couldn't but help. That's why the first one will be the stem where there is a mistake. I couldn't help shedding tears means I couldn't stop shedding tears or I cried looking at the plight of the villagers who were rendered homeless by a devastating cyclone. It should not be I couldn't but help, it should be I couldn't help. It should have only one negative form. Alright, next question. He will certainly help you if you will ask him in a pleasant manner. He will certainly help you if you will ask him in a pleasant manner. Like the question which had two shall, here I have two will. One will here and one will here. I will get rid of one. This particular, the first one is grammatically accurate. He will certainly help you if you ask him in a pleasant manner. When the will is already used for the future tense once, it's not required again. So the correct form will be he will certainly help you if you ask him in a pleasant manner. Alright, moving on to the next one. Will you please buy some jaggery for me if you go to the market? Will you please buy some jaggery for me if you go to the market? It's very simple and straightforward sentence. Alright, so the correct option is, of course, no error. We don't need to change it. It's grammatically accurate. Will you please buy some jaggery for me if you go to the market? Alright, so it does not have any error. So I will say no error here. Most of the members at the meeting left that the group, most of the members at the meeting felt that the group appointed for investigating the case were not competent to do the job efficiently. Most of the members at the meeting felt. Now just look at this particular stem. The group appointed by the appointed for investigating the case. What has been appointed? The group. Now the point to be noted here is group means what? more than one member. Okay, but here the group denotes a singular form. It doesn't say groups, it says group. So it's a singular form. So if I have a singular form, if it's a present tense, I will use is for singular, are for plural. Is for singular, are for plural. This is present tense. If it's past tense, it will be was for singular and what will be for plural? Were. So for past tense, was will be for singular and were will be for plural. Okay. So here the group is considered as a singular form. So the group is a subject, it's a singular form. But here it says were, which means it is incorrect. It should be was, or I make the change here itself. The group appointed, sorry, just a moment. Okay, so this is where the error is. Most of the members at the meeting felt that the group appointed for investigating the case was not competent to do the job efficiently. It should be was instead of were. Next, in spite of several reminders, he did not so far send any reply to me or letters. In spite of several reminders, he did not so far send any reply to me. So I'll just ignore this part. In spite of several reminders, he did not so far send any reply to me. The correct form should be in spite of several reminders, he did not send any reply to me so far. He did not send. So far send is incorrect. He did not send any reply to me so far. Since the error in B is coming first, I will pick option B, which has the error. But technically both B and C has the error. If I change the form in B, form C has to change. So form C, the stem C form is dependent on changes on stem B. That's why I will pick stem B as the stem which has a mistake. The lines are open, guys. Please do call. If you do not call and ask your questions, I won't even understand if you're understanding. I'm doing this extensive spotting errors because you asked for it. Now if you don't call, it's not going to help. Next, as much as I admire him for his sterling qualities, I cannot excuse him for being unfair to his friends. As much as I admire him for his sterling qualities, I cannot excuse him for being unfair to his friends. Do we really have an error here? Of course not. We do not have any error in this particular question stem. Moving forward, please try to understand that the dispute on this issue is between my brother and myself and concerns nobody else. Please try to understand that the dispute on this issue is between my brother and myself and concerns nobody else. The correct option here, or rather the stem which has a mistake, is B. Why is it so? It should be the dispute on this issue is between my brother and me. It should not be myself, it should be me. This is pretty much like the form which I spoke about last time. In case if you're talking about 3 to 4 people, including yourself as first person, place the first person in the end. Example, my brother, cousin and sister and I went for shopping. If it's just 2 people, my sister and I went for a vacation last week. You can never say my sister and myself went for it. If I change it, my sister and me, if I remove this part, does it make sense? Me went for a vacation last week? No. Likewise, if I me went for shopping, no, it doesn't make sense. Likewise, in this case, it should be me, not myself. All right. Please try to understand that the dispute on this issue is between my brother and me and concerns nobody else. So, stem B is the answer where there is an error. All the furnitures have been sent to the new house located in a village. All the furnitures have been sent to the new house located in a village. Quickly, I want to show you something. Okay, let me create this. Singular, plural. You guys need to know these are basic English, so of course you need to have decent knowledge in this area. If the singular is mouse, the plural is mice. Singular is sheep, plural is also sheep. To denote plural form, I say herd of sheep. So I add a count noun here. If the singular is fish, the plural is fishes? No. The plural is also fish, but a group is called school of fish. Okay. Likewise, luggage, you can't say luggages. It's still luggage. So there is no separate plural form for it. Okay. Singular form is hair, plural form is also hair. It's not hairs. Okay. Singular form is data, plural form is also data. No change there. Likewise, when I have a word like, okay, let me reduce this a bit. When I have a word like furniture, the plural form is also furniture. It's not furnitures. Okay. Now read this. All the furnitures have been sent to the new house located in a village. Just because I am using all the, I cannot add s at the end of furniture. It's still furniture only. It's not furnitures. That's why first one is the stem where there is a mistake. All the furniture have been sent to the new house located in a village. Next question. It does not matter how you do it. What I want is that you should finish the work within a month. It does not matter how you do it. What I want is that you should finish the work within a month. Now the stem B is incorrect. I don't need this that again. It's a redundancy. So let's read without that. It does not matter how you do it. What I want is you should finish the work within a month. that is not required because this particular part is already included in this. Next one, though senior in age, his father is junior than my father in service. Though senior in age, his father is junior than my father in service. You cannot be junior than, it should be junior to, T-O. So, though senior in age, his father is junior to my father in service. So, it should be junior to instead of junior than. While walking slowly in the park on a quiet summer afternoon, now when we talk about quiet, let me talk about this as well. We have two words, quiet, quiet, both this is pronounced as quiet and this is quiet. This is quiet, this is quiet. Quiet means peace, calm. Quiet means little. For example, I am sure I am very right about this. It's quite possible that the students are not watching the show right now. Here the example is the audience is quiet. Okay, so Q-U-I-T-E, Q-U-I-E-T, both are separate words, so don't make a spelling mistake there. Here it says, while walking slowly in the park on a quiet summer afternoon, a mad dog suddenly attacked him from behind. Okay. Now the question is, who was walking? The mad dog suddenly attacked him. But the he factor, the pronoun factor is missing here. That's why we will pick the stem A, because this is where the error is. Okay. It doesn't say while he was walking slowly in the park, while the person. So the noun is not mentioned, but here the pronoun is mentioned. So first the noun has to be there, only then the pronoun can come. Okay, that's why stem A has a problem. Clear? Next, everyone visiting the house asked the young girl, how could she kill the wolf single-handed and without a weapon? Everyone visiting the house asked the young girl, how could she kill the wolf single-handed and without a weapon? Now look at stem B. It says, how could she kill the wolf? When you say, how could she kill the wolf, it basically means she should not have killed the wolf. Another example, like we say, somebody took money, didn't return it, we say, how could you do this to me? Means you should not have done it. So when the word could is coming before she, how could she kill means she should not have done it. If I use basically here, if you look at the question stem, it basically means she killed the wolf alone. It doesn't mean that she should not have. They are only asking how was it possible. Here they are questioning the possibility, not the legitimacy of it. Okay. So if I change this entire statement or word order, instead of how could she kill, I basically change it. How she could kill the wolf means how was it possible. So what I am doing, just the could word I am bringing after she and I am making sense of it. Same thing is happening here. When I am using how could she kill the wolf means she should not have. How she could kill the wolf means how was it possible, because that is the context of this entire statement. Everyone visiting the house asked the young girl how she could kill the wolf single-handed and without a weapon. Okay, oops, just a moment. How she could, it should be how she could instead of how could she. Alright. Next, many health conscious people prefer margarine than butter. Now, when you prefer something, you either prefer something over or to. You cannot use the than form. So, it should be prefer margarine to butter or over butter. It cannot be than form. So, many health conscious people prefer margarine to butter. That's a right form. The retiring principal asked his old pupils to take the interest in the school after he has retired. Now, when you say take the interest, that means I invest 1000 rupees, I get a 5% interest. That is the interest or the interest. Here means interest means come participate in activities, take interest, be a part of the activities. Okay, showing some interest is different from give me the interest or show me some interest. That's why B is the correct answer where there is a problem. It cannot be to take the interest, it should be interest. So, the retiring principal, slide please. The retiring principal asked his old pupils to take interest in the school after he has retired. At present juncture, however, the supercomputer would be costly toy. At present juncture, however, the supercomputer would be a costly toy. So, however is technically part of the first one. At present juncture, however, the supercomputer would be a costly toy. At present, it should be, sorry. So, when I say at present juncture, it does not convey a meaning or exact logic in terms of grammar. It should be at the present juncture. That's why A is where the problem is. At the present juncture, however, the supercomputer would be a costly toy. Alright. The crews were on board and they soon busied themselves in preparing to meet the storm. You never meet the storm, you meet a person, but you face the storm. Storm means a cyclone. You never meet a cyclone, you face it. So, that's why C is, I'm so sorry, there's some, I made it in the afternoon for you guys since you requested, but now nobody is calling, and the hurry I made some mistakes in terms of placement of the box. The crews were on board and they soon busied themselves in preparing to face the storm. It cannot be meet the storm. Next question. Troy was taken by Greeks. This formed the basis of a story which has become famous. Troy was taken by the Greeks. We are talking about a specific group here. The Greeks, the is missing. That's why the first stem will be the correct answer where the error is. I am much pleased to know that you have topped the list. You cannot say I am much pleased. It should be I am very pleased. That's why option A is the stem where the mistake is. I am very pleased to know that you have topped the list. The method suggested in the lecture enables a student to learn more quickly and to have remembered for a longer period of time. So, enables a student to learn more quickly and to have remembered, no, and to remember for a longer period of time. To have remembered means the students will be remembered by someone else, but here the remembrance or memory is about the lessons, not the students. My friend asked me if I can lend him my Parker pen for a few days. My friend asked me if I can lend him my Parker pen for a few days. If I can lend him my Parker pen, okay, just a moment. Okay, it's asked, okay, just a moment. My friend asked me if I can, no, if I could lend him my Parker pen for a few days. My friend asked, past tense, so I will use could form. If I could lend him my Parker pen for a few days, that's why B is the answer where the error is. The test will not need more than 1.5 hours to finish. The test will not need more than 1.5 hours to finish. Now 1.5 hours is incorrect. It should be 1.5 hours. The test will not need more than 1.5 hours to finish. Okay. So I finished close to 35 to 40 questions as far as the spotting errors is concerned, but not a single person called. So this is what is a little upsetting, because you guys ask me to cover something when the lines open. I spend time looking for more questions, explanation, but when I'm doing the portion, none of you call. So tomorrow I will continue with Infosys verbal ability. If whatever questions you have, you can either write to me or call and ask your questions, but please do so. Okay, so that's about it for today. I'll see you tomorrow and we'll continue. So meanwhile, you have questions, please write an email. Thank you.